What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people of the Crasher community? How are you guys doing it today? We're back with a new video on the channel. Thank you very much for tuning on in, you absolute legends. Now, this video here is going to be a follow-up in regards to the video that I had made previously on the subject revolving around Pokimane, as more things have taken place, and some of this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to cringe. Like, it's actually pretty freaking bad. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get into it. So to start with, we are going to be tackling this article on Dexerto that is titled, Pokimane Responds to Cookie Pricing Backlash After Broke Fans Joke. Yep, just from the title by itself should already signify how bad things are going to be here. So we're really going with the Schrodinger's douchebag route, right? I mean, here's the thing, okay? In layman's terms here, Schrodinger's douchebag, it's essentially a case where you say something, and depending on the reception of your audience, if you get a bad reception, then you default to, oh, it's just a joke, bro. But if you don't get a bad reception, well then, nothing of it. Nothing else gets mentioned, and you move on. But because she ended up making that remark, yeah, to say that people didn't like that is a massive understatement, and she herself realizes that, so she's trying to manipulate people that are gullible enough to think that, oh, she was just joking. Well, let me go ahead and play a little reminder to you guys, and I want you guys to see if you think that what she said was a joke or not. I want you to really pay attention.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
Yeah, there is not one single iota of inflection that is indicative of it being in a joking manner. Not at all. It was snide, it was rude, like, there was absolutely no comedic intent whatsoever when it came to that there. And I'm saying all this just after reading the title of this article. I mean, Lord only knows how much worse things can get, but let's actually get into the meat of the article here, okay? Content creator Pokimane has apologized to fans for a recent joke she made about her viewers being too broke to support the price of her cookies, and now looks to reconsider her pricing after receiving major backlash for it being expensive. And to think that all of this stems from fucking snacks that are overpriced. I mean, does she not understand that all she had to do was just take the feedback in and, you know, maybe go from there, like maybe work out a more manageable price? Because, newsflash Pokimane, I don't know if you realize this in your millionaire bubble, but the world's going through a crisis still to this day called inflation. Now, obviously, I'm not saying to give it away for free, absolutely not, but have a more fair and manageable price for people that genuinely had interest in trying out the product, but that is before you decide to soil it with a bad first impression by making a remark calling people broke boys because they dare criticize you. Pokimane is one of the most well-known content creators in the world. The streamer is best known for playing video games, collaborating with other streamers, and for calling out sexism and misogyny in the gaming space. However, Poki has found herself apologizing for recent comments she made in a stream when she called out her broke fans who have criticized the pricing of her controversial Mina cookies. When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 per bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but if you're a broke boy, just say so, stated Pokimane in her November 18th stream. Okay, time out a second. I know I keep interrupting the article. I apologize, but I want to also clarify something a little bit further here. Yeah, $28 for 4 bags. That sounds like a pretty good bargain. $7 a bag, right? They're 4-ounce bags, okay? You get 16 ounces for $28, whereas the other Midnight Mini cookies that you got from Toadsy were 14 ounces for $10. So you do the math. Would you rather pay $28 for 16 ounces of influencer cookies or would you rather pay $10 for 14-ounce cookies of basically the exact same nutritional value, barring, of course, a little bit of vitamin D? Following backlash online, Pokimane has now come out on Twitter and apologized for these comments, claiming she only meant them as a joke. And the tweet in question goes like this: "While what I said was 100% intended to be a joke, I see why it came off as insensitive, and I apologize for that. I also understand the current price of the cookies may be expensive for some, and promise we'll continue to consider pricing to keep Mina as affordable as possible." Okay, so the rest of the article really just reiterates what she had said in that tweet that we had just read out, but my god, that right there, like, I'm sorry, okay? I tend to be nuanced, I try to be fair, and I want to give the benefit of the doubt, and at first, when it came to this situation, I was willing to give the benefit of the doubt. I mean, you know, I had initially thought, okay, it's overpriced food products from a really popular influencer, you know. Like, I didn't care. I just straight up didn't care. But when she made those remarks the way that she did, that was what pissed me off. And instead of actually making a good apology, like, yeah, what I said was fucked up, you know, I was completely out of line, I sincerely apologize, she tried to masquerade this whole thing as a joke. She tried to say that this was intended to be a joke. I call bullshit on that. Like, I'm sorry, but this was not a good apology, and I really don't think that she was honest here when she tried to masquerade this whole thing as a intended joke. Like, here's the truth. I don't hate Pokimane. I don't even dislike Pokimane, okay? Like, she's a flawed human being, just like all of us, okay? We have flaws. Perfection is an impossible standard to live up to, okay? Let's clear the air on that. And in the words of John Hammond from Jurassic Park, I don't blame people for making mistakes, but I do ask that they pay for them. And Pokimane, this is a mistake that you made, and it doesn't matter how you try to word things. This is something that you have to pay for. You have to take ownership of this rather than trying to hide behind the joke excuse. It was not a joke, okay? Let's just come clean about that. It was an impulsive, rude remark that you made thanks to cracking under stress. That's what this whole thing is. Now, in the midst of all of this, we actually have ourselves some pretty interesting takes to come out of the woodwork here, such as one from Nadia, who says the following: "You guys have people like Neon, Jack, Sneeko, who average thousands of viewers and do nothing but spread negativity and harass people in public. But when a girl sells cookies, that's when the y'all want to speak out. The immense hatred towards women on the internet is unhinged." This take is unhinged, and I'll explain why. Number one, there is no immense hatred when it comes to women online. This is just you trying to, once again, be super dismissive about valid criticism, and that actually leads me to my second point, is your blatant conflation between criticism and hatred. Last I checked, being very rightfully critical of overpriced products is not hateful. Being hateful and harassing, yeah, that's a point right there. I mean, if that right there was the case, if she was being threatened, bullied, harassed, etc., then yeah, immense hatred would be more applicable here. But a valid criticism over overpriced cookies is not hatred. And number three, you have absolutely no room to talk when it comes to the spread of negativity, because didn't you yourself partake in doxing just to own a troll? I mean, that sounds very familiar. I may or may not have done some coverage on that. And then you offer a bullshit apology / explanation to try and justify yourself on that. There's no justification when it comes to doxing. And I also love how you overlook the fact that these individuals that you listed here actually have been called out. I mean, myself personally, I called out Sneeko because he was being a fucking idiot when it came to his beef with Charlie, aka Moist Critical. So, I mean, here's the thing. Guys and girls get called out for doing stupid shit. Criticism is not gendered, but you tried to make it a gendered issue because that's really the best thing that you're good at, is trying to play victim and move goalposts here when sex and gender has nothing to do with why we're critical here. I mean, hey, someone had to say it. I mean, here's the thing, alright? Like, I'm getting sick and tired of this type of bullshit here, so I'ma just plain say it, alright? But hopefully here, this situation will die down, but man, what an absolutely horrendous take from a horrendous individual here, trying to find relevance by being contrarian, defending Pokimane for overpriced products and lashing out thanks to cracking under stress. Like, that right there is attention-seeking at its finest. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say here about this subject. Hopefully everything dies down if I haven't already said it, but man, this situation here is enough to drive anybody batshit crazy and provide a big headache. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take some Motrin and play some Terraria for the rest of the night. I hope you guys have yourself a damn good one. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below, whether you agree or disagree. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I always love to hear back from you amazing legends. That's it here for the video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this video. Have yourself a damn good one, you beautiful people. Be kind to yourself and to others, and I'll see you guys next time.